Good afternoon, basketball fans. We're here in Summers Gymnasium in mountainous Dayton, Tennessee for another broadcast of Bryan College basketball. This time, it's your Lady Lions versus the Bluefield College Lady Rams. I'm alongside Cooper Ruling for this evening's broadcast. Cooper, this should be a good one. We have the number one ranked in the AAC Lady Lions versus kind of a middle-of-the-pack Lady Rams. Cooper, this should be exciting.
It's going to be a good one.
We're about a minute before PA and announcement, so we're going to kind of go ahead and introduce this game, Cooper. Let's just kind of, before we get into key players, let's lay out for our listeners what it's going to take for each team to kind of do what they need to do to come out of this gymnasium victorious. First for Bluefield, Cooper.
I mean, Bluefield, middle of the pack. You're looking for a big road win for them. This is late in the season, and this is an opportunity to do it. Sitting at number one. You have a chance to come out and shock the Lady Lions. You look at some of their players, Jaden Hoover, who has averaged 10.9 points a game, 3.1 rebounds, and 2.7 a game, alongside Emily Breeding, who's averaged 12.5 and 3.8 rebounds a game, and then Kylie Meadows, 17 points a game and 8.5 rebounds a game.
Let's Cooper, let's just pause there, and then we'll get back to this after we do the PA announcements, so stay tuned for that. And now for our starting lineups, first for Bluefield. Starting at guard from Clemens, North Carolina, number 00, Jaden Hoover. Starting at guard from Puerto Rico, number 1, Lena Pagan. Starting at guard from Abingdon, Virginia, number 2, Emily Breeding. Starting at forward from Kernersville, North Carolina, number 11, Destiny Long. And starting at forward from Beaver, West Virginia, number 22, Kylie Meadows. And now get on your feet and put your hands together for your Lady Lions. Starting at forward from Oak Ridge, Tennessee, number 1, Destiny Kastner. Starting at guard from Athens, Tennessee, number 12, Caitlin Hennessy. Starting at forward from Smithville, Tennessee, number 24, Katie Farrell. Starting in guard from Lebanon, Tennessee, number 25, Alyssa Molesky. And starting in forward from Tellico Plains, Tennessee, number 34, Samantha Russell. And there we have it, Cooper, our lineups, our PA announcements. We're all settled in, and we're ready for basketball action here in Summers Gymnasium. So real quick, we laid out the key players for Bluefield and what it's going to take for them to win. Cooper, real quickly, what's it going to take for Bryan to walk out of their home gymnasium victorious today?
You know, we got to continue the offensive points we've been putting up the last couple of games. Our lines have been hitting shots that we need to hit. Defense, I think we have the best defense in the conference. We play like we have and keep putting our foot on the gas, we'll be fine. Destiny Kastner, who's been averaging 14.9 points a game and 7.2 rebounds a game, alongside Caitlin Hennessy with 12.7 points a game, 6.2 rebounds a game, and Samantha Russell averaging 17.6 points a game, 6.2 rebounds a game, and she leads the AAC in scoring.
We have a lot of good players out here, 2 good basketball programs, and we're getting started here in Dayton, Tennessee. Tip-off goes to your Lady Lions. Caitlin Hennessy going to be manning this offense here this evening. Tries to get it down low to Kastner, and Farrell tries to save it, but not before it squeaks out of bounds. So it'll go to the Lady Rams of Bluefield. They'll be heading the other way. Yeah, Cooper, you mentioned the Lady Lions defense and how it's held up this year. It's something that Coach Gabe Johnson's been wanting to improve on all year, and they've done that to large measure as a floater goes up and rebounded by Destiny Kastner. But facing this Bluefield team, Bluefield almost shocked them earlier in January. They only won by a couple points, I believe. I think it was 80-78 or 80-76. So Bluefield had a good plan for the Lady Lions as Farrell lays that one in for 2. But they just couldn't finish the game in their home court in Virginia. Of course, they're going to see if they can do that here tonight in Summers Gymnasium.
And this is late in the season. If you want to look for an upset, now's the time. You got players that are tired and injured and just trying to look to recover. You know, a lot of upsets come later in the season, and if Bluefield wants to do that, this is a good opportunity for them. But like I said, against our Lady Lions defense and offense, how we've been playing lately, it's going to be a tough one.
Absolutely. Speaking to that point is Caitlin Hennessy going down low to score 2, lays it in from the right side. Hoover going to be bringing it up the court, swinging it around. Now Pagan here near side. The 15-foot jumper from Hoover is up and good. That cuts the lead in half, 4-2 early on in this contest. Looks like the Lady Rams are going to be pressing a little bit up the court. Trapped here in the corner is Molaski, and poked out of bounds, going to remain Lady Lions basketball. In that scenario, Cooper, they got to get it to the middle of the floor to try to break that press, right?
Absolutely. That was one of the more weirder full court presses that I've seen. That was really just looking for the trap. You swing it out wide, you got to get back to the middle as quick as you can. If not, you're going to be trapped like Alyssa was.
The crossover from Russell goes to the left side and scores from the left side. 2 points there for Samantha Russell, the leading scorer in the AAC. Jaden Hoover working on Russell, kicks it out. Destiny Long tries to stop and pop, but she's called on a traveling violation. Up the court is Caitlin Hennessy. Once again, they're kind of playing that zone trap, Cooper. Going back and forth in the backcourt. They finally get it to the middle. There's Molaski wide open in the corner for 3. Bang! Quick 9-2 lead here early on. Pagan, far side corner. Or Breeding, rather. Now Pagan here near side. Swings it back to Breeding. Breeding top the key, catches the screen, pops it out to Pagan. Over to Meadows. Meadows for 3 from top of the key, and she swishes at that time. So once again, Hennessy bringing it up the court. Lady Lions trying to get set up in their offense and trying to break up this defensive trap zone. They get it to Russell. Russell driving, and Russell stops and is called for a traveling violation as well. So it looks like the pressure that Bluefield is putting on our Lady Lions may be effective, Cooper.
If we can find the middle of the floor, we'll be scoring points left and right.
Pagan up the court for the Rams. top of the key as Pagan swinging it over to Long. Back to Meadows, top of the key, driving left side, blocked by Caitlin Hennessy. Up-tempo pace as Hennessy up the court. The spin move near the top of the key. Going to set things back up here. 20 on the shot clock. She has plenty of time. Over to the AAC logo is Samantha Russell. Crosses to the right side, looking for the pick and pop. Nothing there. Over to Kastner. Kastner setting the screen for Hennessy after she hands the ball to her. 7 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to get a shot up here. Stolen away from Hennessy. Up the court. Meadows looking to the right. There's Pagan, but it's going to be off the leg of Pagan. They can't connect on the fast break. If Bluefield is going to win this game, Cooper, they're going to have to take advantage of the steals that they get on Bryan because they're probably not going to come too often. Over to Mulaski, baseline. Tries to get the reverse layup. It's blocked there by Destiny Long. On the other side of the court is Emily Breeding. It looks like it was tipped away from Caitlin Hennessy once again. Remains Bluefield's ball. They'll be inbounding it baseline. Pagan inbounding it. Gets it to Meadows in the corner. Meadows just jacks up the three, nearly connects. Off the side of the rim, rebounded by Caitlin Hennessy. Hennessy on the right side of the court trying to drive past Pagan. She's going to slow things down here and get the offense set. Kastner swinging it wide. Russell hands it off to Mulaski. Mulaski struggling to get the ball out. Hennessy with the spin move, and she loses the handle on it once again, but she gets it out to Mulaski. Mulaski open for three, and she connects. So that's two big three-pointers made from Alyssa Mulaski. It's a 7-point ball game. Russell tips it away, but she can't find it, and it looks like a... They're not going to call a jump ball there. They called a traveling violation on Samantha Russell.
Good thing I'm not in the student section.
Cooper, it looks like there's not much of a student section over there right now. I think a lot of the students are at the baseball inter-squad.
Yeah, I think most of them said they're going to come up here in a minute as that wraps up.
Trying to get by Kastner is Long. Long gets it to Pagan, and Pagan dishes it in for two. So once again, they're setting up this trap up the court. Brooks finds Russell. Russell drives back out to Brooks. Hennessy has a shot open at the top of the key, up for three, no good. Rebound, Tori Brooks. Brooks, what a find to Kastner. Kastner up for two.
If you find the middle of the floor on that press, you're going to find open looks.
Yeah, that's what they have found out here very early on in this game. A foul on the court is going to be on Tori Brooks. And that's going to give Jaden Hoover 2 shots at the line, the sophomore guard from Clemens, North Carolina. She was one of our highlight players here tonight. As you mentioned earlier, Cooper, she's averaging 10.9 points a game, along with 3.1 rebounds a game and 2.7 assists per game. Good all-around player for the Rams.
She's been the key to a lot of their success this year for sure.
She makes the first of the 2 shots. The second one is up. Second one is good. Bluefield once again setting up that defensive trap. They get it to Brooks. Brooks to Russell, middle of the court. Russell picks up her dribble, gets it to Mulaski down low. Good. Wide open there. To beat this pressure, they're just going to have to put the pressure on them themselves, Cooper.
Absolutely. Bluefield, I mean, they're doing a phenomenal job on defense of putting pressure. But like I said, you find the middle of the floor, we're going to keep producing points.
Emily Breeding throws that one away, so it's going back the other way. Hennessy with the crossover. Out to Russell. Russell wide open for three. No good. Rebound, Alyssa Mulaski. Gonna slow things down here. Hennessy setting up the offense. Gets it to Kastner. Kastner with a wide open look. No good from three-point land. Monet Galloway up the court for the Rams. She's going to drive to the right side and backed by the dynamic duo of Tori Brooks and Caitlin Hennessy down low.
Do they both get the block for that in the stat book? Is the question.
Half a block per lady there. Nevaeh Major's going to check in for. Who did she check in for? Regardless, she's checked in the game. She checked in for Mulaski. That's who it was. Swinging it across the court. There's Jaden Hoover. Down low is Kaya Boyd. Swinging it across the perimeter. They got to get a shot off. I think it might have been a shot clock violation, but they blocked it, so it doesn't matter anyway. The speedy Nevaeh Majors up the court to Hennessy. Majors tries to save it from going out of bounds, but she ends up traveling in the process. So it goes back the other way. 16-9 contest early on. Still just over 3 minutes left in the first period of action. Hoover up the court. Stops to set up the offense. Calling out the play. Breeding. Gets it to Boyd. Boyd kicks it out. That's Flores, Leslie Flores for the 15-foot jumper. No good. Going the other way. Hennessy slowing things down as she crosses the equator. Tori Brooks, the wide open shot from the corner. Good! That's a girl who can shoot it from anywhere, and she nails that one from about 25 feet. And with that, Bluefield is going to take a timeout, and we'll go to a timeout break as well. The score is 19-9 with just over 2.5 minutes left in the first period. Stay tuned. We're back in Bluefield, bringing it up the court after the timeout. Galloway up the court, gets it to Hoover. Hoover working on Brooks. The hesitation, she goes up for two, rattles around, no good. Hennessy on the left side, driving up the court. Almost gets trapped, she gets it to Brooks. Brooks tries to get it to Kastner, but no good. Hoover the other way, the long pass up the court. What a move there, she goes up for two. Oh, Nevaeh Majors falls middle of the court, so she can't help her team out trying to break the press. Good defense there from Jaden Hoover as she scores on the other end of the court.
Gabe Johnson tried to call a timeout right there, but they went with a jump ball, I guess, instead.
Mulaski going to check in for Samantha Russell. And Katie Farrell going to check in for Destiny Kastner. Looks like the referee's trying to figure out where the possession arrow is going here. They're going to discuss it near the sideline, and it's Bluefield's ball. Wow. So this could be a turn of events for Bluefield as they try to go on a run here out of the timeout break. Galloway with the hesitation, gets it out to Boyd. Boyd working on a double team. Good find there at the free throw line is Leslie Flores. Flores just going to jack up the 15-footer, no good off the side of the rim. Farrell saves it. Majors up the court to Mulaski. Mulaski saves it from going out of bounds. Gets it to Brooks now at the corner. Majors top of the key, continues to swing it. Farrell down low working on her lady, and she loses a handle on it going back the other way. Galloway tries to get the long pass up to Destiny Long, can't connect. Going back the other way once again. High pass up to Hennessy from Majors. And they're going to call a traveling violation at the low block on Caitlin Hennessy. So a bit of a sloppy play from both teams back and forth. And with that, Samantha Russell is going to check back into the game for Caitlin Hennessy. Monet Galloway back up the court. The sophomore guard from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Gets it out to Boyd. Boyd tries to cross over. Is going to be fouled. No, it looks like Boyd commits the foul on Nevaeh Majors as Majors was stealing the ball. So just under a minute, it's 19-11. Majors going to bring it up the court. Looking for help. She gets it up to Brooks. Brooks fakes the pass. Now it goes cross court. Mulaski driving baseline. Gets it out to Majors, top of the key. Quick pass to Farrell. Can't connect. Loose ball down there, and they're fighting for it. Jump ball is going to go back to Bryan. So with that, 44.8 seconds on the clock. Still 19-11 ball game. Trying to get the shot clock figured out here after that loose ball. I think they just reset it a little too early, Cooper, thinking that the possession was going to change.
That's I mean, after the last couple possessions, I don't blame them. It's been back and forth.
Yeah, I know it. We got 20 seconds on the shot clock, and we're ready for action.
Hats off to Bluefield's defense. They have come out ready to play today.
They have really stepped up, haven't they, in the first period? Brooks gets the screen from Russell. Perimeter is Farrell. Farrell gets it to Majors. Back to Russell. Russell finds Mulaski wide open for three, and she doesn't connect this time, but rebound Farrell. Shot clock will reset. Russell, top of the key, crosses over, working towards the middle, finds Mulaski in the corner once again. No good that time as well. Rebound Pagan, no shot clock, just 15 seconds on the game clock. Galloway goes up, doesn't score. A lot of contact down there, no call. Russell back up the court the other way, 8 seconds on the clock. Gonna have to get a shot off here. Cross court to Mulaski. Mulaski to Farrell, down low. Farrell working on her lady. Goes up for two at the buzzer and extends the lead to double digits just before the end of the first period. So after one period of action, the Lady Lions on top, 21-11. We'll be back for the second period of action. Stay tuned. We're back from the end of the first period break. So another 10 minutes ready, set on the clock. Bluefield trailing 21-11 after one.
Let's see if Katie Farrell's layup buzzer beater gets us some momentum into the second period.
Swinging it across the perimeter. Boyd driving left side into a sea of Lions, no good, as she goes up for two. So Hennessy back up the other way. Slowly bringing it up the court. Working with her right hand, the hesitation. Now she drives right. Kicks it out to Mulaski. Mulaski fakes the pass. Now kicks it out to Kastner. Kastner back to Hennessy here near side wing. Gets it down low to Kastner once again. Kastner moving to the left side and gets the and one. The basket and the foul.
Opposite-handed, too.
I know it. 12-point ball game after that one. Trying to connect on the old-fashioned three-pointer. Shot is up, no good, too long. Back up the other way is Hoover. Tries to hand it off. And what a save there by Destiny Long as she goes up to the right side, no good. Back up is Meadows, no good. Rebound Pagan once again. So their third chance, up, no good once again from Emily Breeding. Farrell crosses the midway point for the Lions. The hesitation goes to the left side, fouled, and the bucket. Back-to-back and ones.
What a start to the second quarter for your Lady Lions.
Let's see if Katie Farrell can connect. To extend this lead. Up and no good, too long. So still a 14-point game in the second period. Lena Pagan setting things up for the Lady Rams. The three ball from Hoover, no good. Rebound, Farrell, she saves it. Up the court to Kastner from Hennessy, no good. Got confused there. I thought that was Josh Allen on the court after that long pass.
He went for the Hail Mary. It looked good for a minute.
I know it. Pagan once again setting things up. Moves to the right side, back to the left side now. The pick and pop. The deep ball from Meadows, no good. Rebound Hennessy. Kastner near the AAC logo. Mulaski in the corner. Mulaski gets it down to Farrell. Farrell backs long down and gets it in for two. 16-point game now. 8 minutes left in the first half. Breeding far side wing. Nearly stolen away there from Caitlin Hennessy. The Lady Lions defense has looked really solid all game, Cooper.
They have come out the second quarter. They have yet to score, the Bluefield ladies.
That's exactly what we saw in the last time we were bringing you action here in Summers Gymnasium was against Union. And I think it was the third quarter that Union scored a total of 3 points. Our Lady Lions have really picked it up defensively. They're receiving votes in the NAIA polls as well. Stolen away from Alyssa Mulaski. Mulaski up the court. She goes up with the left hand, a little too short. Kastner gets the rebound, though, and she puts it back up for two. So another timeout for Bluefield. And the Bryan faithful are getting a little bit rowdy in Summers Gymnasium. With that, it's an 18-point ball game with 7:34 remaining in the first half. 29-11. We'll take a timeout break here. We're back out of the timeout. Pagan going to be once again manning this offense for Bluefield. Up the court is Pagan. Hands it off to Hoover. Pagan in the corner once again. Now Meadows near the top of the key, moving to the left. Hands it back off to Hoover. Hoover with the crossover. The 15-foot shot. Good. Big shot there for the Bluefield Rams.
That was a tough shot.
Back up the court of the Lady Lions, working on this zone defense. Foul on the floor. I believe it'll be on Destiny Long, and it will be.
How long do you stay in the press if it keeps beating you?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. They're sticking to it though. They've in all 13 minutes that we've seen, they've been in that press. And it's not a typical press either, is it, Cooper? As Kastner misses short, gets her own board, goes up for two, gets her own board again. She goes back up and is fouled this time.
You know, I believe they're running a 1-2-2, which is very rare for college level basketball. It just leaves the middle of the floor wide open, and if you find the middle of the floor, you're going to penetrate your offense how you want to penetrate it.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly what happened is what you should do offensively is exactly what the Lady Lions are doing. They're getting to the middle of the floor, and then the two defenders in the backside of the court are having to crash, and then you can just kick it out anywhere from that point.
And if they don't crash, you have a wide open layup.
Kastner connects on the first of two. She goes 2 for 2 at the line that time. Extends the lead. 31-13 now. Slowing things down is Hoover. Bluefield has to run through some good offensive sets here. Pagan in the corner. Pagan back out to Hoover, top of the key. Hoover with the crossover going to the left side. Up and fouled at the basket. That foul is going to be called on Katie Farrell, the freshman from Smithville, Tennessee. You ever been to Smithville, Cooper?
I have not. I don't even know where that is.
Smithville, I've been to Smithville probably 3 of the last 4 years for their annual Fiddler's Jamboree. They got some good bluegrass music there, man. It's legit stuff.
Is that near Sparta?
Yeah, up in that area, I think. Yeah, kind of closer to Cookeville than it is to Nashville, I believe. Kind of in between the two, if I'm not mistaken. The second of the free throws goes down for Hoover. And you're right, Cooper, they're working back in this 1-2-2 zone press. Swinging around the perimeter, deep three ball from Hennessy, no good. Looked good, just a little short. Hoover quickly bringing it up the other side. Tries to get it out to Breeding, and she does. Breeding takes the long three ball, nearly banks it in. And a foul is going to be called on Caitlin Hennessy, I guess, as she was trying to box out. Perhaps she held her lady.
I thought that she was getting grabbed personally.
Yeah, I did too.
Ball doesn't lie, though, as she takes it away
stolen
from
away
the
from
inbound.
Caitlin Hennessy, and a lot of contact as Lena Pagan tries to pick it from behind. So that'll be the 5th team foul. So that puts the Lady Lions in the bonus. The first one from Hennessy is up and good.
Now, if you're the Bluefield Rams, these next 6 minutes are crucial.
They are. It's an 18-point ball game. They've scored 3 points in the second period. They have to get going if they want to stay in this ball game.
They're going to have to cut it close right before half. Because if not, you know how our Lady Lions are.
Yeah.
Once they get going, nobody's stopping them.
No. Galloway checked into the ball game, going up the court, gets it to Breeding, far side wing, into Meadows at the far elbow. Working on Farrell, the fadeaway jumper, no good. Out of bounds on Caitlin Hennessy, so it'll stay on that side of the court.
You aren't going to produce much offense taking shots like that.
No, you're right. Just going to get it off, throw it off the Hennessy's leg there, reset to 5 seconds. Pagan looking for anybody. And she throws it into Hennessy that time, and Hennessy was ready for it. Steals it away, and Pagan quickly fouls. So Hennessy will go back to the line. As I mentioned earlier, the Lady Lions are in the bonus. It only takes 5 fouls to get into the bonus. They reset every period. Hennessy connects on the first leg. The second one from Hennessy is up and good as well. 21-point ball game. Galloway on the other side of the court, driving in, kicks it out. The three ball is no good there from Mercedes Kruger.
You're starting to see that energy on defense from the Bluefield Rams just kind of get sucked out.
Yeah, when you're not connecting on offense, Cooper, it's really easy for that to happen. Lady Lions playing a 5-out offensive set here. Russell here near side, driving baseline, kicks it out to Kastner, wide open, three ball, rattles around, no good, rebound Mulaski. Resets the shot clock. Hennessy finds Mulaski in the corner. Back to Mulaski in the corner. She gets it to Farrell down low. Farrell working on her lady. Meadows no good as she goes up for two. Going back the other way is Kruger. Kruger breeding the wide open three ball. No good. It's going to be out of bounds on Alyssa Mulaski, so it'll stay Rams basketball.
Those are shots you have to hit if you want to stay in this game.
Yeah, especially when you're down 21 points. Monet Galloway going to be trying to get the ball in here. She does. The three ball from Kruger is up and no good, just a bit long. Hennessy back up the other way. She stops, going to reset things here. Gets the hand signal there from Coach Johnson. Tori Brooks catches it in the corner. Back out to Kastner, swinging it around. Russell. Hennessy, wide open three ball, good. Tickles the twine on the way down. Nearly stolen away from Russell. Going up the other way, up for two, is Meadows. They finally score again. It's been a long break since that had happened. 38-16 is the score. Just over 4 minutes left in the first half. Tori Brooks with a jab, going back to the left side, swinging it around the perimeter. Kastner, Hennessy for three once again, no good. Hennessy goes for her own rebound, but Galloway gets it. And a foul is going to be called on Alyssa Mulaski. That'll be their third team foul. Nevaeh Major is going to check in for Mulaski. Galloway crossing the midway point, comes into the front court, crosses over, gets it down low. Boyd trying to work on Hennessy, one of the best defensive players in the AAC, and she makes it with up and under. Good play there from Kaya Boyd, the sophomore guard from Richmond, Virginia. Hennessy back up the other way. About 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Cross-court pass. Hennessy now in the corner. Hennessy now driving baseline. Tries to get it to the corner to Brooks. And it's going to be tipped out of bounds off of the fingers of Leslie Flores. Hennessy inbounding the basketball. Gets it into Kastner. Kastner goes up. No good the first time. Gets her own rebound and puts it back the second. Up the court to Breeding from Galloway. Breeding driving baseline. Tries to get a cross-court pass. Hit out of bounds. Good defensive play by both Tori Brooks and Destiny Kastner at the baseline. 22-point ball game. Just over 3 minutes left in the first half. Inbound it to Meadows. Meadows to Breeding. The 30-foot three ball, no good. Rebound to Nevaeh Majors. Majors pushing the tempo. Long pass to the corner to Brooks. Brooks drives baseline, goes up for the layup, no good. On the other side is Boyd. Boyd hesitating, going up for two, poked away from Samantha Russell.
The Lady Rams are just throwing up shots in desperation, hoping that something will go in.
Galloway tries to get it into Meadows, and she does, just barely. Galloway in the corner. Working on Majors with the spin move. She stops, finds Flores. Flores to Breeding in the corner. She steps in. The 15-foot jumper, no
Hit by
good.
Caitlin Hennessy.
So it didn't catch any part of the rim, so the shot clock doesn't reset. It was hit out of bounds from the Lady Lions, but only 5 seconds to shoot the basketball. They get it into Boyd. She's driving left side into a lot of traffic, stolen away from Tori Brooks. Brooks long pass up to Kastner. Kastner with the up and under move with the left hand. Beautiful lay.
Makes it a 24-point game.
Bluefield looking for a tourniquet to stop the bleeding out there. Good offensive board from Boyd. A lot of contact, no call on the other side. Long pass up to Kastner. Kastner scores again, this time from the left side.
What a pass from Caitlin Hennessy.
Pedal to the middle. Breeding top of the key. Gets it to Boyd in the corner. Boyd driving once again. Galloway steps in. The 20-foot jumper. Good. Nothing but nylon that time. Brings it back to a 24-point ball game. Major slowly bringing the basketball up the court. As she crosses into front court and calls a timeout. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout from Coach Gabe Johnson. So we'll just stay right here, Cooper. With just a minute and a half left in the first half, the score is 44-20. What has made the difference so far, Cooper?
I mean, we're stopping their shots, we're hitting our shots.
Yeah.
You know, they've scored 9 points since the minute 30 left in the first quarter. You know, there's not a lot you can do. You know, I feel like that press hurt the Lady Rams early on. I mean, our Lady Lions, we ran through it, and we dishing it out, getting layups, and, you know, now I don't know what you say as the Bluefield coach. You're down 24 going into half. Not what you wanted to, but you're going to have to draw something up.
Yeah,
for a miracle.
You're right. I mean, you mentioned it earlier. It's the press, the 1-2-2 zone press up the court just hasn't been working for the Lady Rams. They continue to throw it out there as their defensive set, and it's a 24-point ball game, and we're not even to the halfway point. Brooks going to inbound it to Majors.
You know, Coach Gabe Johnson is most definitely happy with this first half,
Oh,
defensively
absolutely.
and offensively.
They're on pace to score 100 points. It's hard to be upset about that. Kastner for three, no good. See, the hot hand just doesn't hit this time. Abby Melton into the game for the Lady Rams, her first minute of the contest. Boyd tries to get it down low. She just doesn't connect. Stolen away from Brooks, and a blocking foul there at the three-point line is going to be called on Lena Pagan.
The Lady Rams, they just can't get anything going on offense.
No, they can't. And Pagan is in foul trouble, so she'll have to come out of this ball game. Galloway checked back into the game for the Rams. Tori Brooks connects on the first one. 25-point ball game, just under a minute left in the first half. Second one is up, and nothing but nylon that time as well. Galloway quickly bringing it up the court. She stops, gets it to Boyd. Boyd, the three ball, no good, just a bit too long. Rebound, Russell. Russell up the court for the Lady Lions. Continues to press the tempo here. Majors top of the key, gets it to Kastner. Kastner wide open in the corner for three, good! You best believe it. 48-20. 35 seconds left in the first half. Meadows with the fadeaway jumper, no good. Catches nothing but air that time. Stolen away once again from the Lady Lions. Up the court is Russell. Russell to Kastner. Back to Russell in the corner. The jab step, drives baseline, goes up for two. No good. Blocked away there by Flores. So Flores will bring it up the court. Now to Galloway. Crosses the midway point. Galloway stops. Gets it to Boyd. Boyd thinks about it. Stolen away from Majors once again. She has to throw up a shot. It's up and good at the buzzer. Wow.
What a play by Nevaeh Majors.
And with that, they go into halftime with a 30-point lead, 50-20 after the first half. Wow, Cooper, what a half.
Absolutely. I mean, I take up a 30-point lead any day of the week. I know Coach Gabe Johnson is thrilled with that first half performance.
Absolutely. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll go over first half statistics, and we'll be back for the halftime show. So stay tuned for that. For Cooper Ruling and Grayson Whaley, we're going to go into halftime. We'll be back in just a moment. We're back here for the halftime show, bringing you this evening's broadcast. As myself, Grayson Whaley, alongside Cooper Ruling. It's been a good contest if you're a Lions fan, Cooper, leading at the half, 51-20. What's made the difference for the Bryan Lions?
Defensively, if you give up 20 points in the first half, you had a really good first half defensively.
Yeah.
Then you put up 51 first half. You had a really good first half offensively, too.
All around, they've performed well. They're shooting just over 50% from the field and 35% from three-point land. And let's look at just the totals there for Bluefield. There in the first period, they scored 11 points. And in the second period, they scored 9. There's just not much you can do with that, Cooper.
Yeah, 9 of those came from Jaden Hoover. She's the leading scorer for the Bluefield Rams. Lena Pagan had 2. Monet Galloway also had 2. And Kia Boyd had 2.
Yeah, and then we go down to the Lions. Who's made the difference for the Lady Lions in this game?
Destiny Casters had an amazing game. She dropped 17 first half. 19 minutes. She's basically almost scoring a bucket a minute.
Yeah.
Followed by Caitlin Hennessy with 9. Katie and Alyssa Molosky both at 8 points. Samantha Russell at 2. Tori Brooks at 5. And Nevaeh Majors as well at 2.
The Lady Lions have only played 7 players in this compared to Bluefield's 10. So their rotation's been a lot shorter, or a lot smaller rather, than Bluefield's. And it's worked out for them. As you mentioned, Destiny Kastner, the leading scorer in this afternoon's contest, scoring 17 points. But Cooper, she also has 10 rebounds already in just the first half. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, double-double in the first half, and that's things you love to see.
Absolutely, and we're just under a minute before we cut the break and go into the second half. The Lady Lions leading by 31 points. This looks all too familiar. If you tuned into the last broadcast, it was the Lady Lions versus the Union Bulldogs, and it was about like this as well. They just, of course, the Lady Lions took off in the second half in that game. But, Bluefield's not going to roll over, Cooper. They're going to be looking to try to contain especially Destiny Kastner and find a way to put the ball in the bucket. They're just shooting 23.5% from the field and under 10% from three-point land, 1 for 11 from three-point land. Like I mentioned before, if you're only scoring at that little of rate, it's hard to compete in any ball game.
We talked about this before. One thing that makes our Lady Lions so special is that Destiny has 17 right now, but each and every one of our players can go out and drop 17. We don't have one star player. We have a bunch of players that can go out and put that points up and put those numbers up. And it's you look at Samantha Russell, who's had an amazing, phenomenal season. She's been up in the 30s a couple of times, and this game she only has 2, but she's playing her role, and we're winning. And
yeah. The short phrase for that is the Lady Lions are not one-dimensional. As you mentioned, anybody at any time can score. Starting here in the second half, Farrell driving baseline, goes up for 2, line of contact, no call. Going back the other way is Jaden Hoover.
If you're the Bluefield Rams here, you got to settle in on offense. They look very discombobulated, a lot more than they did in the first quarter. Second quarter, I felt like they were throwing up and forcing a lot of shots. You got to settle in and run some plays.
They were forcing a lot of shots, and Cooper, what interests me the most is I believe it was a 2 or 4 point ball game, one of the two in the first matchup between the Lady Lions and Bluefield Rams. And when you're looking at that as you're preparing, for the game, it's like, all right, this team can compete with us, and that seems like blasphemy this far into the game. It's a 31-point ball game going into the second half, and it just doesn't look like these two teams are even on the same playing field.
Not at all. Our Lady Lions come out and dominated this game.
Up for 2 was Kylie Meadows, the fifth-year senior from Beaver, West Virginia. She missed the shot, but she'll have 2 shots at the charity stripe. She makes the first of 2, and the Rams are on the board here in the second half. The second one is up from Meadows. The second one is good. Nothing but nylon. Cuts it to a 29-point ball game early on in the second half. The Rams continuing to press here. Looks like they might have changed up the concept just a little bit. Leaves Hennessy wide open at the top of the key and rattles that one home for 3. Good. Jaden Hoover to the other side. Gets it to Long. Long to Breeding. Breeding drives. She pops out to Pagan. Pagan spinning, driving. Breeding in the corner now. Gets a little bit of a body there to Mulaski, and the charging foul is going to be called on Emily Breeding as she drops the left shoulder into Mulaski's chest. It almost looks now, Cooper, like they're kind of almost more manning it up on the press. Still looks like they're trying to get a trap, but not quite that 1-2-2 concept that they were going with in the first half.
It's almost like they flipped it and went 2-2-1
yeah.
right there. And even then, it still leaves the middle of the floor wide open. You know, it's now a 34-point game.
Yeah.
At some point, what do you do as a Bluefield coach to realize that, hey, like, they are destroying us? So we're able to push the ball up a lot faster than just bringing the ball up as it is instead of want to play defense. And because of that, it's giving us open look after open look after open look. And if you give our team open looks, they're going to connect.
Yeah, exactly. And Russell connected there just a minute ago. As Cooper mentioned, extended the lead to 34. Mulaski driving to the right side. Another open look close to the basket. Extends the lead to 36 now, 58-22.
But if you're down 36, like, you know, you have to press, but you got to at least switch it to a man.
Missed shot there from Destiny Long, and Lena Pagan missed the board and can't quite save it as it goes out of bounds, so goes back to the possession of the Lady Lions. Samantha Russell up the court to Kastner. Kastner gets it to the middle to Farrell. Farrell to the corner to Mulaski. Mulaski for 3. In and out, no good. Pagan up the court, poked away there by Katie Farrell. Going the other way. Back to Katie Farrell. Tried to reward her for the steal, but blocked by Kylie Meadows. Meadows taking it the other way. Driving is Hoover. A blocking foul is going to be called on the floor, so the shot will not count. Almost bet that Jaden Hoover was probably wishing he didn't blow the whistle that time. Destiny Long going to inbound it here for the Rams. Gets it into Hoover. Hoover working on Russell. The crossover, the shifty guard. Up for 2, no good. Just a bit too long off the backboard. They get it up the court now to Russell. Russell driving. She stops for the 12-footer. Just a bit too long, no good. Rebound Farrell. Gets it to Hennessy. Hennessy for 3. Good! Splashdown! 39-point ball game. Galloway shoots it, pins it up against the rim and backboard, no good.
Praying for a miracle, but our Lady Lions are just running away with this one.
Yeah, and it's always hard to say with 16 minutes left in the ball game. After another made basket, extends the lead to 41, but Cooper, it just doesn't look like a contest anymore. And with a timeout there on the floor, it's 63-22, 6:12 left in the third period. We'll be back. Stay tuned. We're back from the timeout break. Inbounding the basketball for Bluefield is Abby Melton. Monet Galloway up the floor. Setting up the offense. Gets it to Melton in the corner. The jab step, the drive. Back out to Galloway. Guarded by Hennessy. Out to Hoover. Swings it to Melton. And blocked at the top of the key. But a little bit too contact, says the referee. And Melton is going to have 3 free throws.
I love playing NBA 2K and Madden, and when a foul like that gets called, we just say the game gave it to you because it felt bad for you. And that's what I want to call that one right there, because there was no contact whatsoever.
Yeah, it didn't appear to be the right call. There was some contact, but it was after the ball was blocked already. Melton makes the first of 3. Connects on the second one as well. Brings the lead back down to a modest 39. Goes 3 for 3 at the line, so she does her job after the foul there. The Rams continuing to press. Looks like they're back in that 1-2-2 zone. A lot of opening there, but Hennessy doesn't see it. Tipped away. Brooks in the corner. Mulaski in the corner now. Cross-court pass to Russell. Russell driving. Russell, the wide-open lay, no good. She misses the wide-open layup, which is not of her nature, and fouls Destiny Long as well. And with that, Nevaeh Majors is going to check into the ball game. Galloway up the court, crosses the midway point. Here's Long, near side wing, guarded by Caitlin Hennessy. Gets it into Meadows. Meadows back out to Melton. Melton driving. She has a lot of space, but blocked by Caitlin Hennessy. Hennessy gets the rebound as well.
The all-time leading blocker.
That's right. She does hold the record here at Bryan College for blocks. The spin move puts Meadows in the spin cycle. Up for 2 on the left side. Good. 40-point ball game once again. Tries to get it to Meadows, poked away by Kastner. Back out to Hoover. Hoover steps in for the 15-footer and connects. The Rams are doing a better job of hitting their shots here in the third period, but the Lady Lions just aren't letting up either. Tori Brooks drives and just a bit too hard there. Melton quickly back up the court. Hoover in the corner. Thinks about getting the screen from Melton. She doesn't take it. Goes baseline. Meadows wide open for 3 and hits it. Good. So the Rams on a bit of a run here.
Cut the lead to 35.
Cross-court pass to Nevaeh Majors from Brooks. Back to Brooks, the 30-foot shot. No good, back rim. Up the court is Hoover. Hoover to Galloway in the corner. Galloway just a bit too short, no good, but she gets the rebound. Gets it back to Hoover, top of the key. Resets things here, 13 on the shot clock. Melton, top of the key. She drives. The 15-foot floater, no good. Rebound, Caitlin Hennessy. And a timeout is going to be called on the floor from Coach Gabe Johnson. It's going to be a 30-second timeout with 3:36 remaining in the third period. We'll take a timeout as well. Stay tuned for more Bryan College basketball here in Dayton, Tennessee. We're back from the break. Mulaski inbounding it to Majors. Cooper, this is a big win for, I feel comfortable going ahead and saying that. And you don't do that much as a broadcaster with 13 minutes left in the game, but Lions up 35. This is a big win for the Lions, staying in the lead in the AAC as Galloway scores on the other side, especially considering that Bluefield gave all the Lions they wanted in their first matchup of the year.
I think the Lady Lions definitely remembered that game and let it fuel them for this one.
Yeah, it appears that way. 33-point basketball game. Hennessy in the corner, driving on Meadows.
And
Gets it out to Kastner. Kastner for three. You best believe it. Good.
I talked to some of the girls after that game, and they said it should have been it shouldn't have been a game.
Yeah.
They believed it, and they've come out and they've proven that today.
It's also a testament to the coaching staff for Bryan College. Good teams will stay good here at this point of the year, and great teams continue to get better. And it looks like the Lady Lions have done that. Just a month ago, this game went down to the wire. And now it's a 36-point ball game with 2.5 minutes left in the third period. Completely different outcome in the second matchup.
I said it earlier, like this time of the year, a lot of good teams, even in professional sports, they tend to drop a game or two.
Yeah.
People are just tired and hurt, and it's a testament, like you said, to the coaching staff, but to the girls just coming out and working hard on and off the floor each and every day.
Good 15-foot jumper there from Nevaeh Majors. She doesn't find her way on the stat sheet much, although she contributes in a big way, manning the offense a lot of times. But she connects for two there. Tipped out of bounds from Faith Simmons as she checked into the ball game just a couple minutes ago. Jaden Hoover gets it to Melton in the corner. Melton working on Hennessy. Going to hand it off to Meadows. Meadows back to Melton and blocked by Caitlin Hennessy. Saved by Flores, but only into the hands of Tori Brooks.
I don't know why she tried to save that.
I don't either. It would have been out of bounds on Hennessy. Russell for three. Faith Simmons nearly gets the rebound, but it's going to be captured there by Abby Melton. Melton quickly up the court. She thinks about the three-pointer, gets it to Hoover instead. Hoover driving, and no good. Good defense there from Faith Simmons. Hennessy up the court. Slows things down here. 20 seconds on the shot clock. She tries to get a word from Coach Gabe Johnson. In the meantime, it gets stolen away. The jump ball was called near the equator there, and it's going to remain Lions basketball. Just over a minute left in the third period of action. Thank you for tuning into this broadcast. Once again, I'm Grayson Whaley alongside Cooper Ruling. If you're a Bryan College Athletics fan, you need to get the Bryan College Athletics app. It's downloadable on Android and Apple devices. You can get any and all of your information from there. It's a good place to look at schedules, rosters, and all the sports teams that represent Bryan College. Get the Bryan College Lions app today on your smartphone. Simmons throws it away to Destiny Long. Long up the court, packed by Hennessy, but a foul is called. So Long will go to the free throw line.
Molosky in for Hennessy.
39.1 seconds left in the third period. The first one from Long is good. The second one from Long is no good, off the front rim, no good. 33-70 still. About an 8-second difference between shot clock and game clock here. Simmons driving baseline, gets it to Russell in the corner. Swinging it around the perimeter are the Lady Lions. Major steps in for the 12-foot jumper up and good. That's her fourth point of the ball game. Or sixth point, rather. Breeding for three, too long off the backboard. Rebound Lady Lions. 10 seconds left in the third period. Russell driving, trying to get the last shot here. Throws up a shot and is blocked, but not before the foul from Destiny Long. Been hovering around this 38 to 40 point ball game here all the third period. Russell rolls around the rim, no good on her first of 2 attempts. Russell usually pads the stat sheets with points. She hasn't done so in this game. She connects there. She's the leading scorer in the AAC as the half-court heave is thrown up, no good. But she's allowed her other teammates to do the damage in this one.
If you're going to have a bad game, this one's it.
Yeah, really. You're exactly right. And after 3 periods of action here in Summers Gymnasium, it's a 40-point ball game, 73 to 33. Your Lady Lions leading. Stay tuned. We're going to go to a quick timeout. We'll be back at the beginning of the fourth period. We're back for the fourth and final period of action here in Summers Gymnasium. As I mentioned before, it's a 40-point contest. Lady Lions have kept the pedal to the metal all game. Almost on pace for scoring 100 points in this contest. Hoover connects on the 3 ball to start things off here in the fourth period. Majors bringing it up the court for the Lady Lions. Majors gets it to Simmons. Simmons back out to Mulaski in the corner. Mulaski driving baseline, back out to Majors, and apparently she stepped out of bounds.
I don't think Gabe Johnson agreed with that one.
Hoover up the court now for Bluefield. Slowly bringing things up. 25 seconds remain on the shot clock. Kaya Boyd gets it out to Hoover for 3. No good. Long gets the rebound. Setting things up again is Jaden Hoover. Nearly stolen away. But Samantha Russell can't get a handle on it, so Madison Long will inbound this basketball far sideline. Gets it into Hoover. Hoover top of the key. Gets the screen. Steps up for the 15-foot jumper. Good. Rattles home. The shot clock just didn't reset there after the made shot from Hoover. Samantha Russell checked out of this game, and that may be the final time she plays in this contest. Ashton Estrada, the center from Cleveland, Tennessee, checks in. She inbounds the basketball to Majors. Majors to Mulaski in the corner. Mulaski back to Majors. Majors over to Brooks, cross court. Simmons in the corner. Simmons tries to get it to Estrada, thinks better of it, gets it back to Brooks. Brooks to Simmons. Simmons back to Brooks. Brooks to Mulaski. Mulaski driving. She goes up for 2. No good as she Tries to get the rebound, saved there by Boyd. Up the court is Hoover. Hoover stops, tries to get it back out to Flores. Picked away from Flores is Alyssa Mulaski. Majors up to Faith Simmons. She goes up for two and is fouled on the way up, so she'll go to the free throw line. Looks like Kylie Meadows is going to be checked back into the game. Checked in from Destiny Long. The first one from Faith Simmons is no good. The second one from Simmons is up and no good that time too, so she goes 0 for 2 at the line. Hoover far side. Meadows working on Estrada, no good. Good defense there from Estrada. Brooks up the court to Alyssa Mulaski. Mulaski finds Estrada. Estrada just a bit too long there on the layup. Abby Melton up the court quickly. Swinging it around the perimeter. Meadows down low with it now. The pass to the corner to Melton, no good. Rebound. Boyd. Boyd goes up for 2 and is fouled on the way up. Cooper, there's been a little bit of a lull in the action for the Lady Lions. They haven't scored all fourth period. And if you're Coach Gabe Johnson, you want to see your team finish strong.
First one's good, and absolutely. I'll always start and finish strong, and I think, getting some new subs out there to get some reps in, they're just warming up a little bit. I think we'll get it going here in just a second.
Boyd goes 0 for 2 or 1 for 2 at the line. 73-39 contest, and Majors throws it to Simmons, and it slips out of the hands of Simmons, out of bounds. Hoover up the court, top of the key, working on Majors. At the far side elbow, gets it out to Melton. Melton has had some significant minutes in this contest for Bluefield. Meadows top of the key now, working on Estrada. She goes up for the layup. A lot of contact on the way up, and she'll get a couple more free throws at the line. The first one from Meadows rattles out, no good. Still a 34-point ball game. As the second one falls. So with that, it's 73-40. Lions still haven't scored all fourth period. 3 minutes deep into this period. Simmons with the ball, far side, gets it to Brooks. Brooks to Majors. Majors gets it to Estrada down low. Estrada working on Flores, back to Simmons. Simmons back to Estrada. Now Simmons goes up and is fouled on the way up once again, so she'll have 2 more chances to get her name in the stat sheet. Or on the stat sheet, rather. Simmons up and no good. 0 for 3 at the line in just the fourth period alone. The second one from Simmons connects. That's the first point of the ball, or first point of the fourth period for the Lady Lions. Hoover up the court. The long 3 ball from Melton, no good. And a rebound there from Mulaski. Mulaski throws it up the court, gets it to Brooks. Brooks gets it to Estrada. Estrada kind of gets tied up under the basket, and she turns it over. Hoover back up the court. Finds Melton. Melton up for 3, no good. And Majors gets the rebound. Just over 6 minutes left in the contest. 74-40 are the Lady Lions. Major slowing things down here. 15 ticks left on the shot clock. Simmons gets it to Estrada. Estrada backing down Flores, goes up for two, no good. Simmons crashes the board, and it goes off of Flores. So it'll stay down there. Alyssa Molaski will also be checked out of the ball game. In for her is the guard from Cleveland, Tennessee, Marley Montgomery. Last time Montgomery and Estrada played on the court together, they had a heck of a ball game against Union. All the way down on the other side is Destiny Long for two. Majors to Montgomery. Montgomery to Brooks. Brooks driving. Back to Montgomery. Montgomery to the right side now. She stops. Goes up for two, no good. Estrada gets the rebound, puts it up, no good as well. Melton up to four. Flores now steps in, thinks about the shot, gets it to Long now. Long to the corner to Meadows. Meadows for three. Good! Man, Cooper, if they could have played like this the whole game, they might have had a ball game here. We're seeing a different side of Bluefield here in the fourth period.
That's true. You know, we also have subbed out most of our starters as well, if not all of them, actually.
Yeah, I believe all of our starters are out of the ball game.
But, I mean, it's nice to be able to get some of our backups in, let them get some reps as well.
Absolutely. It's the future of the Bryan College basketball program. Got to get these ladies ready for what is ahead in the coming years.
And you look on the bright side of it as well. Our starters get a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always nice when your starters don't have to play all 4 periods of basketball.
Very rare.
Especially here in this past year, it seems like it's been a much more competitive environment in the AAC. Good rebound there from Brooks. Brooks gets it to Estrada. Estrada up for two. What a find there from Tori Brooks down low. Up the court to from Long to Boyd. Boyd for three. No good. Rebound. Majors. 4:15 left in the contest. 76-44. Montgomery in the corner. She tries to force it in there to Estrada. Picked off by Flores. Flores up the floor to Long. Long, a cross-court pass to Melton. Melton driving on Montgomery. Can't get by her. Meadows now finds Boyd down low. Boyd goes up with the left hand and scores. The baby hook there from Kaya Boyd.
Cut the lead to 30.
Brooks moving to the right side. Gets it to Montgomery. Montgomery thinks about the shot. She drives baseline. And a lot of contact down there, and she falls down and goes out of bounds.
Farrell in for Brooks.
Yeah, it appears we're going to bring one of our starters back into the game. Maybe just to give some rest. It looked like Tori Brooks was gassed down there trying to defend Kaya Boyd just a minute ago.
It's good to get Katie out there as well. These are going to be some of our teammates next year as well. She's just a freshman this year.
Yeah, it's true.
A true freshman as well.
Boyd was working on Estrada, goes up the left hand and doesn't connect. Rebound Farrell. Good defense there from Estrada. Majors on the other side. Farrell driving. She stops. Gets to Estrada. The three ball from Estrada, just a bit too long. No good. Rebound Majors. Majors cross-court pass to Montgomery. Montgomery to Simmons. Simmons for three. No good. Just a bit long. They're pounding the back iron. Destiny Long up the court. And what a move from Destiny Long as she scores with the right-handed layup. And Bluefield is going to take a timeout.
With 2:56 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, so just under 3 minutes left in this contest, 76-48. We're going to go to a short timeout ourselves. We'll be back. We're back once again. Grayson Whaley alongside Cooper Ruling bringing you this evening's broadcast of Bryan College basketball. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wherever you're listening, we really appreciate you. You are what makes this happen. 76-48. Just under 3 minutes left. Farrell driving left side. She kind of gets trapped near the NAI logo, throws it away to Boyd. Boyd up the court on the other side. Goes up with the left hand, rolls around and goes in. Good. Looks like a couple starters going to check back into the game. The 26-point ball game. They're chipping away at the lead here. Majors at the Christ Above All logo. Working to the right side. Hands it off to Montgomery. Montgomery gets it nearly stolen away there from Hoover. And a jump ball is called. And now all four of the starters are checked back into the ball game. As you mentioned, Cooper, it was a good learning experience for those girls that were out there, but at some point you got to make sure you solidify the win.
Absolutely, and you know, our girls will get back here. Last 2 minutes, 16 seconds. They'll control the game just fine if they have ball game. You know, I think our starters have shown today, like, you know, why we are the #1 team in the conference right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We had some questions about the Lady Lions early on this season, but they have really impressed the last few times we've done this, Cooper.
You know, like I said, it's a testament to their hard work.
Kastner for three.
Kastner.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, Cooper, but she drills it from downtown.
And, you know, it's a testament to our girls and our coaching staff. They put in the work, and, you know, each game they look better and better. And, you know, we weren't expected to be #1 in the conference this year.
No.
And, you know, they've earned it.
You're exactly right. They have earned it. And as the starters are back into this game, if you're watching, you're quickly finding out how it's such a large lead here. The Rams are just outmatched. And that's nothing against them. They've played a hard-fought game. They have not given up for 1 second in this contest.
But when you're on the block, turning into Caitlin Hennessy, Destiny Kastner, Samantha Russell, it's hard to score.
Yeah, you're right. Farrell throws it away into traffic. What a defensive play from Caitlin Hennessy as Boyd tries to go up with a jump stop. And she jump stopped right into the hands of Caitlin Hennessy. Destiny Long inbounds it to Melton. Melton shoots it for three. Rattles out, no good.
A minute, 15 seconds remaining, 29-point game.
Lady Lions, I believe, have only scored 5 points in this final period of basketball. Russell steps back. She takes the three ball, no good. Rebound Mulaski. Mulaski up with the put back for two, good. Stolen away from Hoover. Samantha Russell takes that one away, and a hard foul down there on Hennessy, and that'll be the 4th team foul. So they're 1 away from a bonus.
Majors in for Hennessy.
So Hennessy at this point will now finally actually be checked out of the ball game.
The Lady Rams are starting to press again, and, you know, I'm starting to wonder why. 40 seconds left in a 31-point game. It's kind of hopeless at this point.
They're not giving up, are they, Cooper?
I can respect that.
Russell into Farrell. Farrell goes up, fouled down at the low block from Meadows. So Farrell will have 2 chances at the line. Farrell, good on the first try. 82-50 now, 29.1 seconds left in the contest. Second one is up and good as well. Jaden Long hands it off to Melton. Melton misses, and this game is all but over. Up the court to Russell. Russell up for 2, good. Those points are in vain. doesn't really mean much. It's such a large lead already. Meadows goes up for three, too long. Rebound Farrell, and that will be the end of this ball game. So the Lady Lions win the AAC matchup against the foe of Bluefield, 85-50. From the beginning, it just didn't seem like a game, Cooper.
Not at all. Our Lady Lions came out and dominated defensive and offensively, controlled this whole game.
They really did. They put their foot on the pedal and put it to the metal for the entire 40 minutes, and it showed. They win this one by 35, 85-50. We'll pause for just one moment as they pray down at center court, and we'll be back for the breakdown of this ball game. All right, Cooper, so let's break this game down for Bluefield. Jaden Hoover led the way with 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And Kylie Meadows also put her name in the stat sheet with 13 points and 4 rebounds. And that's about all there is to mention as far as their offensive production. For the Lions, however, Cooper, break that one down for us as we look at their statistics. Of course, we had several ladies who performed well in this contest.
Destiny Kastner dropped 25 points with 13 rebounds.
Wow.
Caitlin Hennessy, 17 points, 6 rebounds. Katie Farrell, 9 rebounds with 10 points. Alyssa Malofsky, 12 points with 7 rebounds. Samantha Russell, 7 points with 6 rebounds as well.
Yeah, they performed really well, Cooper. And just kind of looking at team statistics here, the Lady Lions shot 45.7 from the field, of course, down from the first half, and a lot of it had to do with the poor offensive performance in the fourth quarter, but they also shot just under 35% from three-point land. On the other side of things, however, Bluefield shot under 30% from the field and 12% from three-point land. And we mentioned at halftime with the numbers, and they didn't really get better going, much better at least, going into the second half, or out of the second half. It's hard to win with numbers like that, Cooper.
It's hard to win against, what I would say we have the best defense in the conference. Offensively, Bluefield just couldn't get anything going. And you're just not going to against our defense. I think, Gabe Johnson has done a phenomenal job. Our defense from last year to this year has improved phenomenally, as well as our offense. We've been putting up a lot of numbers the last couple of games. And, like I said, our girls came out and showed why we're number one in the conference. They've worked hard, and I think that through all the struggles and difficulties at the beginning of the season, to get where we are now is just a testament to who they are.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and it's amazing to me that Bluefield shot worse than we did. They shot worse from the field than we did from three-point land. And that's amazing. Not only speaks to the struggles of Bluefield in this contest, but to the success of Bryan College. Bryan, they led the entire way. Bluefield never had a shot, it seemed like. They went to a quick lead early on, and they never turned back, winning this ball game 85-50. Thank you so much for tuning in. For Cooper Ruling, I'm Grayson Whaley, bringing you Bryan College basketball. If you're looking for the men's game, what you're seeing on your screen right now, you have to click off this screen and go to the next one, which will say Bluefield versus Bryan men's basketball. So we'll tune in there. It should be me and my buddy Camden Fuquay. So once again, appreciate you, Cooper, for filling in today. Cooper always helps out when he can, and he does a great job as well. So thanks once again for tuning in to Bryan College Lady Lions basketball. They win this one 85-50. God bless. Have a great weekend.